Hello, hello, lifestylers, and welcome back to Lifestyle with Latasha. Well, in today's video, guess what? We're going to be setting up our dining room just in time for the spring season. So in one of my prior videos, I did some place settings, and I'm going to actually get to do that today. Set up the dining room. We're going to make some changes, get the dining room all ready for the spring season. And of course, if you know anything about my channel, my family and I love hanging out together and kind of being a little silly. So you're going to get to see us do that as well. So if you like this video, please hit that like button, subscribe to this channel. Of course, leave your comments down below. And most importantly, share this video with all of your friends. Now let's get to it. All right, so as we get started, we're going to do a little bit of dusting because guess what, guys? Life is happening, and so you realize, man, we really need to do some of that extra cleaning. We're going to be making some changes in the dining room where this rug has been down since we actually moved into the house, and I decided that I wanted to change it out, put out something a little bit lighter and brighter. As you've been on this channel before, you know I painted that back wall, that tricorn black color, which is a little bit of a dark color. However, I'm not going to change it. I absolutely love it. But I figured in preparation for the spring season, the great thing would be to lighten up the floors to kind of elevate the space as far as the color wise. So you're going to get to see us do that today. We're prepping the floor, getting it all clean and ready. And now we're going to bring in a new rug. And this one is one that you're familiar with. This is the one that we removed from the living room, which it was a lot lighter and a lot larger. And as you can see, it just elevates the space. So I'm really excited about changing it around. And this is one thing that you can also know as a tip of decorating your home. You don't have to always go out and buy new. Take things that are in your house already and shift them around room to room. You'll be surprised at how you can totally elevate your space. So I really love the fact that this is such a lighter, brighter color. It elevates the space. I think it's going to be perfect just in time for the spring season. And what we're doing now is we're just adjusting the table to kind of get everything back in place. So if you've been here before, you've heard me talk about this table. This table has been a part of my family we've been married 30 years. It's been a part of my family for about 28. So it's original to our marriage. I haven't transitioned out of it. I know it's an older style, but I absolutely love it. So I don't know if I'm going to transition it. I've contemplated it and it just haven't pulled the trigger on it yet. But what I'm doing here is I'm just taking the time to dust off a little bit of dust from this rug because it was in storage for a little while after we removed it from the living room. So I'm just going to do that just to freshen it up a little bit. And we're going to move right on to setting up the tablescape. So as I'm getting ready to set up the tablescape, as I mentioned in the beginning, a couple of weeks ago, I did a video showing table settings that I was giving you different options to be able to choose for. So if you haven't watched that video, definitely go back because I give you a lot of different options of things that you can do in your home to utilize to create any kind of look that you want to. So today I am revealing the actual tablescape that I did on that video and which one I chose to go with for just in time for spring. So as you can see, there's going to be a lot of yellow because as we go into the spring season, I think of the sun, I think of all the bees and the flowers that are blooming, and yellow is just my color of choice. So I'm going to go with a tablescape that has some pretty yellow accents in it. And I think that it's going to just work out completely perfect with my tricorn black wall and my black accents. Of course, after having cleaned up before, we got to make sure that the table is shiny and that it's all refreshed just in time for the tablescape. So I'm going to do that now. that I'm going to do is I'm going to put down these place setting placemats. These are kind of some that I've used in the fall. I've used them in this winter. I use them in the spring, the summer. I just think they're really pretty because it gives a great base for what I'm trying to do with the place settings. The next thing that I'm doing is some chargers that I actually found at Kirkland's on clearance. So if you haven't gotten these yet, definitely run and take these into your home because they are absolutely beautiful. They are black with the gold trim around them and they're really pretty. If you haven't watched that video, you'll know here that I'm putting down some gold and white or plates that I actually got from Home Goods. And then I'm going to be using some bowls that I actually have had for quite a few years that have gold trim. So all of these things are just really tying it all together. I'm using my gold silverware as well, just to bring out the accent of that yellow once again. And I'm absolutely loving the way that it's turning out. All right, the next thing that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to put down some of my stemware, and this color is more of an amber color, but I think it ties in really well with the gold. And then the next thing that I'm going to do, which is the final thing that I'm doing on the place setting, is I'm going to be doing my napkin. So in the video a couple of weeks ago, I showed this place setting, but I didn't actually show you how to fold these napkins. And what I really love about these napkins is that they are so soft. I bought these last year from Amazon and I'll link them down below. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it into a triangle and then I'm going to roll the widest corner all the way in to maybe about 2 inches from the tip. And so you can get to see me do here. So just imagine rolling like a really tiny burrito if you want to have an example. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the tip and I'm just going to begin to roll it inward. And I'm going to turn it around just a little bit so that you can see how to get this done. In the video that I did a couple of weeks ago, I actually tell you that if you're ever looking at ways to create interest with napkins on your tablescapes, go to YouTube and literally look up how to fold napkins. You'll be surprised at how many different ways there are for you to get creative on your tablescape. So now that I've got that all rolled, this is what it's going to look like. And I'm going to take that open tip. You can tuck it underneath, but I think for this rose, it's actually better to go over and to push it through the top. The reason being is because the rose is actually what's on the bottom. And so if you tuck it under the bottom, then it doesn't give the same effect. So then you take those 2 tips of your napkins that are standing up and you just open them on either side, and it creates the effect of the rose having leaves coming out the side. And I'm going to add some little stem pieces that I have, but this is what it looks like. Isn't that pretty? I love it. I think that's so pretty. And I think it's just perfect in time for the spring season because as the flowers are blooming, so will the tablescape bloom as well. So this is the other ones that I had already done. So as you can see, it's really cute. They are not all the same and exactly all perfect, but it's just the effect that you're trying to get. So now I'm going to place these all in the center of the bowl that I have on the table to create the effect and to finalize the look of my tablescape. All right, and to finish out this space, I'm going to set up a centerpiece for the table, but I must apologize. Just as I started doing this, my doorbell rang, and unfortunately, my phone got a notification to let me know someone was at the door, and so it stopped recording, and I didn't realize it until I went to start editing. But what I did was just got some yellow stems, some green stems, and I put them in, and then I had this bouquet of peonies that I put around the bottom just to enhance the bouquet and get rid of some of the stems being shown at the bottom. And I love the way that it turned out because it really created just a pop of color when you you come into my home in my dining room. And then the final thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add in this olive tree that I got from Amazon, and I'll link them down below. They came in a set of 2, and what I really love about this tree, it actually came with the white planter that makes it look more complete. I love it. I'll leave that down below. I'm going to bring in the final chairs, and then we're going to show you what it looks like. So as you can see on the buffet, there are some changes that were made here as well. I'm going to be honest, I didn't record it because guess what? My picture didn't turn out the way that I thought. So I was a little disappointed in that, but that's just a part of life when it comes to decorating. The picture should have been more yellow and it came in more orange. And so I was disappointed in that, but I'm going to use it anyway because I love the beauty of the lotus flower that it has on it. So I'm going to utilize it anyway, but I didn't get a chance to record that. But here's the overall overview of what the dining room looked like and the little accent pieces that I put on the table just to tie in the yellow and the black color. And as always, I got to do my twilight view. Guys, look at the color on the table. I absolutely love it. And I got a little light from Amazon a couple of years ago that I put in my olive tree that I thought gave it just a beautiful pop of that warm yellow color over there on the side as well. So if you like what you've seen today, don't forget, like this video, subscribe to this channel, leave your comments down below. And of course, share this video with a friend because we have a lot more coming for the rest of the year. And I love for you to be a part of it. So in the meantime, take care, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.